as we thought about what the future of the performing arts could be and what role we could play in evolving that conversation in the context of our own community, in the context of the millennial wave that everyone's talking about, we began to formulate an idea, and that idea is called Berkeley Radical. Radical stands for Research and Development Initiative in Creativity, Arts, and Learning. And our idea is that Berkeley Radical will change the DNA of Cal performances by focusing our attention acutely on three particular questions. To continue to provoke and inspire conversation and engagement with the performing arts through an absolute commitment to producing, commissioning, and creating the kind of powerful residencies that really leave a mark in all our audiences, whether youth or adult, throughout the demographic of our audience. So this is about creating the new and seeing the old in a new light. It's about a focus on artistic literacy. We talk in very sort of the second nature ways that we must have verbal literacy and numerical literacy. We should be speaking with the same priority about artistic literacy. So Berkeley Radical is also about a focus on artistic literacy as a key priority. And the third strand of Berkeley Radical is documentation and dissemination. All the magic that can happen, all the magic that we can create, we need to capture and disseminate through as many media as we can, especially, of course, online. So that evolution is one that we want to provoke and generate in the context of our own audience. And this man, Gustavo Dudamel, is the poster child for many of these ideas, and he features heavily because, of course, he launches our season with the Simón Bolívar Symphony Orchestra of Venezuela in this Beethoven Festival. He embodies really the values of much of what we're talking about through Berkeley Radical. You'll also see, within this context, many of the great artists of the world that we have come to know and love. Of course, Dudamel and the Simón Bolívar Symphony Orchestra of Venezuela, the exquisite Cloudgate Dance Theatre of Taiwan, new choreographic voices in Trudgell Harold, or theatrical ones in the Rune Mechanicals. Our close and dear friends, artists in residence, the Kronos Quartet. Of course, no season of ours would be complete without them or without the Mark Morris Dance Group. A rare and privileged visit by the Ensemble Intercontemporain with their music director, Matías Tarnopolsky, including the work of two tremendous Berkeley composers who I mentioned already, Ed Campion and Frank Bedrosian. Recitalists, Yefim Bronfman, a complete cycle of the Prokofiev piano sonatas. Leila Josefovitz in piano recital, including, as I mentioned, John's music, and Gil Shahan in a reinterpretation of Bach's solo sonatas and partitas for violin. The peerless Albanese American Dance Theatre, who of course are with us this week. I'm thrilled to welcome them back, of course, and the legendary Twyla Tharp. So through the lens of Berkeley Radical, we've created three season-long thematic strands. We really believe that through the performing arts, we need to open doors into our world that we would otherwise not immediately see. And so those three strands are the natural world, where we'll be exploring our environment, our fragile environment, actually, and how through the performing arts we can understand better and maybe even change the way we behave towards our environment. So the centerpiece of this is a visit by the St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, conducted by music director David Robertson, in the performance of a work of Olivier Messiaen's, Des Canyons aux Étoiles, with an extraordinary visual essay by Berkeley artist, photographer Deborah O'Grady. Other elements in the natural world strand are performance of Kaya Sariaho's Notes on Light, which will be performed by the Echo Ensemble, Berkeley's new music group, and Ansi Kartanen. And in this piece, she explores how vibration and frequency, so naturally occurring phenomena in both sound and sight, impact the human psyche. In Cloudgate Theatre of Taiwan's Rice, we follow the cycles of the weather, using the rice fields as a meditation of our relationship with these natural forces. And of course, another local hero in Terry Riley with Kronos's performance of sun rings that actually takes us beyond our own planet and into the solar system with music inspired by some of NASA's early explorations of waves in space reinterpreted in sound. The second strand is called Revisions, and this is an exploration of evolving performance practice across disciplines. So we connect music and visual elements here, for example. The Ensemble Intercontemporain's performance of Edmund Campion's Cluster X includes videography by Kurt Henschlager. That's real sort of visualization of music. We explore the edge of theater with the Rude Mechanicals from Austin, Texas, this cutting-edge theater company. And in their work, which is called Stop Hitting Yourself, they actually explore another pressing issue facing us, which is inequality in our society. In Traj Al Harel, we connect two moments in history and several contemporary genres in a piece called The Ghost of Montpellier Meets the Samurai. So this piece is a conversation across time and dance idioms, and I'll come back to that later as well. And then the last strand is called Zella Bach. New design for Zella Bach Hall. You know, I've said, I think, every year here, there can never be enough Bach, J.S. Bach on a Cal Performance this season. This remains true. And it's everything from in Twyla Tharp's newly created work for her company, which is centered on the music of J.S. Bach in the context with John Zorn and others. Bach Collegium's, Japan's really unique interpretations of this glorious music conducted by their music director Masaki Suzuki, and Gil Shahan's revisiting of works that he's been connected with since he was a child, the solo sonatas and partitas of J.S. Bach, in conversation with the films of David Michalek. A very powerful new way of listening to, experiencing this incredible music. And there is more Bach than that on the season, but we really just wanted to show you that. So, but we have called it Zella Bach, and the Bach family were happy with that. But we begin our Berkeley Radical season with the visit of Gustavo Dudamel and the Simon Bolivar Symphony of Venezuela. So not only are we revolutionarily or radically doing a performance of Beethoven's Ninth Symphony at the Greek in a gala performance, there's also another performance of Beethoven's Symphonies 7 and 8. So the whole residency is centered around the music of Beethoven. There will be extensive discussions and conversations, both formal and informal, across our campus, masterclasses with Berkeley students and youth in the area, classroom visits, screening of J.B. Bernstein's new film, Crescendo, The Power of Music, and, of course, this revolutionary work, Beethoven's Ninth at the Greek. I couldn't think of actually a better way to launch Berkeley Radical than with this music, this ensemble, and this conductor. I'm thrilled that they're launching this great new project. Through Berkeley Radical, we are building a future for the performing arts in our community, and we want to be part of an important conversation. We were recognized nationally this week last week by the Wallace Foundation with a new grant in support of Berkeley Radical and other audience building initiatives at Cal Performances, one of a small group of organizations nationally. We're really very happy about that and honored to be part of that national effort and national conversation. With other artists on the season, we're reinventing the orchestra residency, of course, with David Robertson, Gustavo Dudamel. We've talked about, but of course, somebody beloved to Bay Area audiences, Kent Nagano and the Montreal Symphony Orchestra. 3 great orchestras on our season with 3 great conductors. In the realm of recitals and chamber music and new music, Renee Fleming in recital, 2 weeks of residencies by the Danish String Quartet, not only with 2 main stage performances at Hertz Hall, but also a deep residency on the campus, including the performance of student compositions. 8th Blackbird, the new music group, with a whole series of commissions. Matthias Gerner, the great baritone, we don't have a slide of him, but we're thrilled to be able to welcome him to our season for the first time. Savian Glover, Yusun Dor, and Buika. We welcome all of them. Our jazz seasons, headlined, of course, by Wynton Marsalis. Mark Morris's L'Allegro, Il Penseroso ed il Moderato, his masterpiece by Handel, in collaboration with the Philharmonia Baroque Orchestra and Nicholas McGuigan. Mariinsky Ballet and Orchestra, with Alexei Ratmansky. That, everybody, is the season in its many different views and ways of looking at it. I really, really hope you enjoy it and that it speaks to you as much as it's been speaking to us. We're really, really happy with it. We're thrilled with this new direction that we're taking with Berkeley Radical and the doors that it's already started opening for us. I mean, we're thinking about what we're doing in new ways. Our audiences are responding. And so this is just the beginning.